Welcome back to Fiber and Hobbies. I'm your host Tyson, and today we'll be painting up my new army that I'm starting to collect, which is Gene Stealer cults. In this video, we'll be painting up the Abominant and the Aberrants that I have with contrast and shaders. The first step I did for these models was to prime them white for the contrast and shader part of the painting process, and then the second step was to paint the skin on all the models with Magus purple. The painted model that you see in the back of the screen was a model that I painted up originally, including a single acolyte and a single neophyte, just to kind of get a feel of how I want to paint up these Gene Stealers. I was debating on doing like different colored skin, like green or yellow, but ultimately I just kind of went back to the purple ones because I do Death Guard, so the green is just going to be kind of repetitive. I was on the fritz of what Xenos army I wanted to start collecting, because I have one Chaos and one Imperium, and I wanted one Xenos army that I wanted to main and collect. And it was between Necrons and Gene Stealer cults, but ultimately, as you can see, I went Gene Stealer cults because of the Brood Brothers making it easier to collect them and being able to use my Astra Militarum models as well as an alternative in my list building and all that stuff, just to kind of use my previous models that I have with the new ones. The next step after the Magus purple, however, I used Leviathan blue on all the exoskeleton, carapace, chin, plating, spine stuff. I don't know, every single freaking thing I see about these guys, there's always different words for them, but yeah. Tried doing different variations of hardened skin, but ultimately it was the arms and legs and kind of the upper back part of all the models. One of the other reasons why I chose Gene Stealers as my third army to collect was because of the rules for 10th edition. It looked very fluffy and I love it, unlike my Death Guard, which the rules don't look fluffy at all, and it's kind of sad, but we're not going to talk about it. I like the constant flow of respawning in troops. I love the stratagems they have. I love all the little character buffs that you can put on and the synergies. It's very nice, very fun. After all the carapace was done, I then went over the model with Carabird Crimson and another purple that I'm going to remember off the top of my head in a second. I'll probably put it on the screen to kind of give the exposed skin, muscles, and all that stuff a bruised effect, because obviously these scales and hard exoskeletons are growing out of the Abominants and the Aberrants' back and arms and whatnot. After also was done, I then moved on to the kind of nails and feet, nails, claws, I don't know, claws, talons, whatever you guys wanted to call it, those stuff. I went over it with Black Templar and Black Legion. I didn't remember off the top of my head when I was painting up what colors I used with the practice models that I had, but I kind of just used both, wound up using both. So yeah, Black Legion and Black Templars and all the claws and feet claws, and the Aberrants is like leaders, tail and whatnot. Also, I apologize for the unfocusedness of the, painting models. Don't worry about it. That was technical difficulties on my part. The next step was to do, can you pronounce this? Basilcanum gray contrast on every single metallic part. I used to use known oil just itself for metallics, until I found this thing, and it's way better, just way better. But I put it on all of the power sledgehammer weapons, picks, and all the chains around their necks and sometimes feet, and the Abominants like overalls. They're put it on the clippers and whatnot. The next video will be me painting up the acolytes, so if you want to subscribe and stay tuned for that, it would be very much appreciated. Also, I got a hidden milestone of 1,000 views on one of my videos of my Nurgle Demon Prince, which is very awesome. I'm very proud, but it was really cool seeing that. Next step was using Valaris Pink on all the fleshy bits of the models, pretty much the tongues and the tentacle parts of that one Eldritch one. And then the last bit, which was the probably most time consuming one, was using the different colors that you see kind of right behind the models on all the clothing and whatnot. I used snake spice leather on the leather grips of the power weapons, and I also used it on the overalls of the Abominant and its little like Gene Stealer child, kid, twin. I also used snakebite leather on one of the Aberrants' clothes as well. But I used orange, can't pronounce the flame one, on one of the Aberrants and the one in the background. And then I used Blood Angel's red on another Aberrants' kind of drapey cape one. I used Black Legion on another one, and Imperial Swiss Yellow on another one, and then Skeleton Horde was used on the skulls that were being carried by the Abominant and one of the Aberrants, and I used Space Wolf's Grey on the last one. But after all said was done, I was completely finished up with my Aberrants. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, subscribe. It's free and you don't have to pay a penny for it. My upload schedule is kind of shafted, in lack of a better term. So it may be another week or two until the next one comes up, but it'll be of the Acolytes, which is the next generation of Gene Stealer cults, lore-wise. But yeah, subscribe, stay tuned, watch all my other videos if you want to. There's another video that's about to hit 1,000 views. I want to try to get that one up to 1,000. It's my Free Blade Knights. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.